Hello, and welcome to the Moose Hunt Podcast. I'm your host, Rob Fickett, and today is an especially special episode. We are down in South Texas. Three of us on the team here, Mr. Cody McDonald, and Mr. Nathan Theriault, and myself. We're down here for a special event, and we got some great guys here and some great lethal ladies here joining us on the podcast today. We're basically just going to talk about why we're here, how we're here, and the great things that are happening down here and what's to come for the future. Joining us today, we have Mr. Justin Shaffer with KUIU, and we also have the guy that's hosting us, and he's a phenomenal moose hunter, actually.
We say that one more time?
Yeah, phenomenal moose hunter, and he's a great Texas hunting guide.
Yeah,
honestly, yeah. He put me on a great buck and put me on two great axis does that we shall not talk about, but
you had a 100% shooting opportunities.
I did. I was 1 for 3. Yeah, all good. But let's let Justin lead us off and explain why we're here, what brought us here, and everything.
Yeah, so at KUIU, we've got a nonprofit partnership where we work with we're affiliated and partner with 9 different nonprofit groups. And one of those nonprofit groups is an all-women's group called Montana Grit Outdoors. And we've been working with them for a few years now and just really was touched by their story of reaching out to the female veteran, first responder, law enforcement community, and wanted to be able to give back to them. I think that you see a lot of nonprofits that do a lot of great work, but there's a lot of niches out there that are missed. And I think women veterans is one of them. So just kind of a passion project near and dear. We've worked with Nathan and OMM Outfitters doing some moose hunts for Gold Star combat veterans in the past. And he reached out to me a couple of years ago and said that he had a donor that had a big ranch in Texas that wanted to give back. Really big donor. That wanted to give back and wanted to know if I wanted to do something to partner with that. And I said, yeah, absolutely. And then a few weeks later, as we started putting things together, I said, what do you think about putting together an all-women's veteran hunt retreat and be able to give back and bring some women in and let them, kind of build on a community there. And he thought it was a great idea, brought his wife, Cody, down. And last year we ran the first one, which we hope to be an annual. This is now our second. So we're officially calling it the second annual KUIU Women's Veteran Combat Hunt Thingy.
Lethal
What's
Ladies
that?
Retreat.
Lethal Ladies.
What's the acronym for that?
Yeah, I'm still working on it. So still working on that one. But anyways, yeah, we're super happy to be here. It's been a great trip. This is day 2. The ladies have already knocked a bunch of stuff down and still got an evening hunt left. So super honored to be here. It's very humbling to be in their presence. We got 3 kick-ass women who have all served in combat, incredible resume, and are still doing great things to this day. And it's an honor to be able to bring them here and give a little bit back to them and let them have this time to hang out together and do a little bit of hunting.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, it's definitely been a blast. And Lethal Ladies is kind of an understatement.
Yeah, they've been absolutely crushing it.
For sure. Yeah. So the gentleman behind everything, well, not behind everything, but behind the place that we're here, and the guy that's helped us do some moose hunts that are near and dear to my heart. I've been involved with both of them up there in Maine at OMM Outfitters and stuff. And Lanham has been a great host. This ranch is absolutely phenomenal. And it's just really want to thank you for having us here.
No, thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah. What got you involved in this type of stuff? Like, because you do more than just this hunt here.
Yeah, no, we do a lot of stuff. So a few dreams to talk about. Number one dream was when I was a little kid, my best memories were with my grandfather and father and brother hunting, specifically hunting the South Texas whitetail buck deer.
Yeah.
And so now coming out of that, and we used to do it literally like 30 miles west of here. So we were in southern Uvalde County, which is kind of this transition zone where the brush of the south meets the hills of the north. So you get a little bit of a tortured ecosystem, which I think is just Garden of Eden type quality. So when I was a little kid hunting out here, like it just became a dream to, build a ranch and have the opportunity to keep doing it. And so when I grew up, I was still school teachers, so we didn't have the means to do it. So I went as guests.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of thought to myself, man, the boat ever comes to port, like I'm going to do that, and I'm going to invite lots of people. And it turns out boat came to port. So we bought this ranch a while back, the Blanco Creek Ranch, and it's like the family that lives out here, the Sonoras, Hector and Yesenia are great, and then the Blackman boys from Batesville that run it every day. And this place is just engineered and optimized to produce, awesome South Texas whitetail buck deer, and give people, a good chance to get after them.
Yeah. Right.
And so for us, it's joyous to invite others out here that haven't been out in this part of the state before, and to give them an opportunity to get after it, and so it's a blessing, man. And then I kind of fell into all this where I met Nate the Great in Maine, when I went hunting with OMM, which I don't know what OMM stands for. It ought to stand for Oh Mighty Maine, but it does not. It's like Old Man Marina.
Yeah.
It's kind of confusing.
It's on Maine Moose. On Maine Moose.
Yeah. I kind of thought it was Old Man Marina. But anyway, because there are a bunch of old men hanging out of that marina, dude. There are a bunch of old men hanging out of that marina. All right. And so I'm hanging out up there in Maine, which is very different than South Texas.
Yes.
Very different. Okay. But joyous hang out there too. Turns out, there are good people all over the place. So I'd hang out there, and I went up there a couple times with y'all. And by the way, for those of you thinking about going up with OMM, like, wear some comfortable shoes, because that is walking all day. Okay. But don't worry, you get to sleep in, so it's worth it. So then, we started meeting, and Nate the Great gave me a call and told me about the opportunity to sponsor some, gold medal hunts in Maine. And I said, well, man, Texas, we ought to do it down here. And then kind of, look, things happen for a reason. And I sat down on this airplane next to this guy, Bill Hokeride, who showed up with one leg. And so we started talking. He lost his leg, in service to the country. And he lives in San Antonio. I live in San Antonio. And he's a Marine. I am not a Marine. And just started hanging out together. So one thing leads to another. So, I think it's like we have all sorts of vets and law enforcement folks show up. It's just fun hanging out with y'all, right? You've got your own nomenclature, your own vocabulary. I tell you, the great thing about it, here's the funniest thing I noticed about hanging out with vets. Normally, if I take like city slicker guest hunting, I'm like, okay, we'll talk about it. All those deer will be out there. They'll say, shoot that one. They do like Lamaze breathing exercises, all this kind of stuff before they finally shoot. Whereas you have a vet in the stand with you and say, shoot that one, like before I'm done, it's dead. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable to me. Like, I've never seen anything like that before, particularly those Marine people. Like, those Marine people is like that. Whereas, like, when I take a bunch of father-sons out here, and they're like, okay, like, more of those like little kids, but they literally like psych themselves up. Some of the dads do too, like thinking about it. It's like the little engine they could, trying to climb that mountain or whatever. Whereas you show up with somebody with like, law enforcement or military folks, like they're like, that one, boom. I'm like, that was incredibly efficient. Incredibly efficient. So it's just fun hanging out with them, man. So like one thing's led to another, and we have a consistent, we are consistently blessed to be able to serve folks, have them come out.
And I think we're all appreciative of it.
Oh man, not more than I am. I appreciate it tons. Like, I think it's just the greatest to serve y'all. It's fun. It's a blessing.
It's awesome.
Plus you guys laugh at my jokes, most of them.
Sometimes they're fun.
Sometimes they're funny. That's right. I get to play jokes on you the whole time you were here.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You didn't give me clear instructions on the gate.
You got corned a few times already.
That's right. I throw corn at you. I lock your doors. I hide your bullets. This is amazing.
Serious lack of adult supervision around here.
That's for sure.
It's a pretty cool place, and got the longhorns out there.
Yeah, it's a lot to do.
Axes here. Three this morning. It's awesome.
Yeah, but the Lethal Ladies, so this is our second year to do it. So last year we had Lethal Ladies down, and they were lethal. And then this year we've got Lethal Ladies down. This year the weather was better.
I think it's Lethal Ladies too, right?
Yeah, Lethal Ladies too. Like, it's just the weather, it was cooler this year, so the animals were moving more. Last year was a little bit warmer. Yeah. Last year I was a little stressed out. No, I tell you, great feeling yesterday when they bagged 3 trophies first thing in the morning. I was like, man, I'm having beer at lunch.
Almost like it was
Turns out
too
I
easy.
did.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, do you ladies feel like talking about your experience since you've been here. Since you're on day 2, you're all are highly successful since you've been here.
Seasoned veterans.
You might as well, kind of like, so like as Justin was talking about through Montana Grit and all that, how about how you got involved with the organization, how you got, or where it came about to being like, I want to apply to go on that. Stuff like that. Or, your hunting background. I know a couple of you haven't hunted since you've been here before, so.
All right, so Christina Humphrey, I'm a Marine vet, and through kind of a network that I have within the mental health community that supports special operations and the veteran community, they put it on my radar about Bree and Montana Grit, and I was sold. So I applied, had never hunted 4-legged animals before. This is my first, and had a great experience yesterday bringing down a pretty good buck. So that's how I got involved. I applied and y'all said, okay.
That's awesome.
You must have been at happy hour.
Yeah, so part of the process to get them here is Bree had come up with an application with 25 or 30 questions, or 15 or 20 questions, and then she probably had 35 or so great applicants apply and reach out wanting to do the hunt, and we just kind of narrowed the field to 3 of the women that we thought had a really great story to tell, an incredible background, and just 3 that we thought was at the top of the pile. And here we are with Carrie and Christina and Haley, and they've not disappointed. So it was a great day of shooting yesterday, and same thing carried over to this morning with Carrie doubling up on a couple of great axis deer.
Yeah,
and we're hoping
there you go. He led right into you. How about you go next?
So this hunt has been pretty awesome since this is my first time out hunting. And so yesterday got a wonderful South Texas white-tailed buck deer.
It's a new subspecies.
Yes. And so after that, which was a little frustrating since he kind of escaped into the woods a little bit, but we found him. And then this morning, just got lucky. First light, the axis doe came out and was able to get her and sat quiet for another 30 minutes or so. And a nice buck came out and dropped him as well. So I will say, all in all, no matter what happens the rest of this trip, it's been a success.
Yeah, awesome.
I second that.
Yeah.
Guess it's me now. All right. To answer your last question, I was able to find a bunch of different organizations on social media, and Montana Grit was one of those, and saw the post that Brienne made. Shout out to Brienne for this awesome opportunity about the application process. And I can't tell you how many times I refreshed my email just waiting for that application to come through. I was so excited. Thought it was too good to be true. I was like, I'm never going to get picked for this. But yeah, shot my shot, and she gave me a call, and I was like, oh my God, I get to go hunting after however many years it's been. And yeah, Carrie said it best. Like, this has been awesome. Day one, like, I couldn't ask for better.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah.
And talk about the gear package too.
Yeah, so along with the incredible donors that we have like Lanham and the guides and outfitters that we've worked with like Nathan at OMM that provide these hunts, we've got a long list of corporate donors and sponsors that are just chomping at the bit to be able to give back to that veteran LOE first responder community. And inside of that, we're able to get all-inclusive hunts put together. GAOS put together the airfare package to buy all the girls' plane tickets. Weatherby provided each of the women with a rifle. Leopold, who's an incredible donor for this program at KUIU, does full optics packages with rifle scopes, binos, range finders. Hornady steps up every year with ammo, Hode knives. There's just a plethora of sponsors that support this program, trying to give back to our war fighters and first responder community.
Awesome. So as I myself, as listeners know, I served myself, and when I got out, I started trying to get involved in doing hunts and stuff. Seeking, like Haley just talked about, seeking other organizations that could get involved with and do stuff like that. I've been on several of my own provided hunts and stuff, veteran hunts and stuff. And I got to say, like you guys have said, never seen a women's, I don't want to say women's only, but kind of, yeah, it's a women's, hunt. And it's awesome. When Nate asked if I wanted to come down, since I do the moose hunts up there, I was like, heck yeah, I want to be involved with that. That's like what got me into starting to do this and stuff like that. And it's awesome to see you guys. It's like when you guys showed up, it's like you've already been best friends, and all you did was meet in the airport. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was great. It was about an hour and a half ride from the San Antonio airport once we picked all the ladies up, and 30 seconds in, we couldn't get a word in edgewise. It was like three long lost best friends that hadn't seen each other since high school, and it was time to play catch up. And you wouldn't know, listening to the conversation, that they had never met in person before. So just that military bond, that combat experience, being able to share those things, like I think we've got three new besties.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I definitely think that's something. I think you said the first night that like the military is a small world.
Yeah.
And it's almost like you were just saying, like, you can never meet each other before, but you have that bond. You have something to talk about. You have stuff you can relate towards each other. It's pretty cool, the new friendships that you can make with people that.
Yeah, like Lanham was saying, you spend any time in the military and you've got your own dialogue, your own your own acronyms, your own sayings, different type of sense of humor. You can be a little bit more vulgar and rough, and you don't ruffle anybody's feathers. Yeah. Everybody seems to have thick skin and just that sense of community. Yeah. And then even smaller, like we talked about, I think Christina brought it up, is that there's just not enough recognition of our female side of the military and law enforcement and first responders. That are just kind of overlooked. It's a male-dominated field by far. So those are who you see typically in the spotlight. So it's neat to have the little niche to be able to give back to that women's veteran community.
And I was going to add that too,
absolutely.
because if I may, I think you guys can do a little editing here, right? Because I'm not sure what my first answer was. I think I blacked out.
Pretty much I just let it go as it flows, as long as there's not an F-bomb dropped.
Oh, cool. Okay. Children are listening. So no, I think, when it came across my radar for this opportunity through Montana Grit and KUIU, it was really incredible because, first of all, as I've gotten older and just more settled in life, not as much chaos in my professional life, I've been able to I've tried to drill down on those really valuable friend groups. And the one thing that has always been difficult is building that female community. And obviously hunting my dad was an elk hunter, and I grew up around, my dad was a good old boy from Alabama, and we grew up around weapons and grew up around that mentality and that community, and then clearly the military and the rest of it. And so finding women with shared experiences, going out and having fun, doing a great sport, where you can take some of those skills or just the fun times from childhood and through your career and apply them in a great group. How invaluable is that? Yeah. And then being able to come out here with all the hosts and the sponsors and you guys, what an incredibly humbling opportunity. I know that we've talked about it, the ladies and I have talked about it the last day or two, but it's just extremely humbling, how appreciated. And it's just, it's very humbling. So it has been an incredible way to kick off 2026. And if this is what the rest of the year is going to look like, we couldn't make it any better. But we're coming away with, I think, lifetime friendships and a community that it's really grateful. So thank you to everybody that has put resources towards this.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna just jump in real quick. So Justin, you have a great career in the military as well, and if it wasn't for you, we wouldn't be here because you had reached out to me to do some stuff with KUIU. Honored to be a part of that organization and the great people that are involved with it, and because of you and your inspiration and wanting to see things like this is why it's all here, and just really appreciate all of you for your service, and just great to have you all here, and really cool to have teammate Cody and Rob, and down here in Texas, OMM crew, Mr. Lanham, best of the best, best Texas guide ever, and just so cool that him and his wife opened their place up, and just it's been a blast with you guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
No pun intended.
Yeah, so we're all Cody, Nate, and I have been filming this whole trip, and the ladies kind of got a little surprised with the camera just in their face the whole time. But it's a great thing to document. I just want to say that we're going to be putting together an awesome video for this. So to all listeners, keep a lookout for that, and we'll go into more detail of the whole hunt and everything in that video and stuff. We just wanted to sit down, do a podcast, and just another way to get the information out there. So other people might be able to come do this in the future. You never know. One listener might be listening and be like, oh, I've never heard of that. I'll give it a whack. So yeah, be on the lookout for that. And we're going to go try to do some more this afternoon. We have one more sit, and try to get some more down.
Love to stay here and talk all day, but we still got some fun stuff to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for sitting down and talking. Thank you, Justin, for talking about what you do and why we're here and everything. And we'll get you guys on the next one. Take care and God bless.